Hey guys, BTR Plumbing here, and today I am back with the fully functional miniature 10-inch prototype Berlin toilet. So I'm going to be doing some tests on it today. Nothing crazy, just really I'm going to be doing a dye test. I got some paper towels over here that I'm going to flush down. This is actually a dryer sheet, and I'm going to do some other things like small pebbles and stuff like that. But honestly, I think this thing will do pretty good. I think it will struggle a little bit on this dryer sheet just due to the fact that it's kind of thick and they don't really soak up water. So I'm kind of curious to see how it'll do. So for the first test, I'll go ahead and do a dye test on this. Get this stuff out of the way first. Alrighty, the pressure is turned up quite a bit, not enough to make it overflow by any means, or at least I don't think, but I think it'll do a perfect pass on this dye. Alrighty, and just so it's easier to see, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the brightness down just a little bit so you can see it flush properly. Here's a flush. So that was a perfect pass, but pressure is still way too high. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it down just a little bit here. Okay, I don't know how well this is gonna do, but let me go ahead and turn this brightness down a little bit and give y'all another flush. Let's see if this is better. It actually siphoned. Let me turn this back up just a little bit. Because it's such a small scale at only 10 inches, it's kind of hard to get the pressure just right, but let's see if this fixes it. Okay, that seems to be a lot better. Now, let's see, there's actually still a little bit of dye in here. Let's see if I can get the rest of it out into the toilet and try this again. All right, let's see how it does this time. Let me get it focused here, and here's a flush. Let me see if I can just turn that up just a tiny bit more. I really don't want to play with pressure too much and cause it to have different performance outcomes, but let's see if this is proper now. Okay, honestly, I think that should be good enough for a test. And there's this really cool looking spider right here. Don't know what kind of spider that is, but you can actually see his fangs moving around. It's like he's looking at me. I don't know what's going on in his head. It almost looks like a jumping spider. I guess he likes the 10-inch Berlin. So for this next test, I'm gonna go ahead and flush down one sheet of paper towel, which it actually kind of perfectly fits in the bowl. I did not mean to get the side of this thing dirty. Again, this is available for purchase on minitoiletshop.com. I will leave a link into the video description on where you can purchase this model. But let's see. Let me get it focused. And here is another flush. As y'all can see, it had no problem whatsoever taking down the paper towel. It looks like there's a little bit of dirt in this bowl here, but I bet you it's from the cats trying to drink water out of it. But as y'all can see, it's actually wiping off a little bit. But another thing too, if y'all get a prototype toilet like this that leaks under high pressure, what you can do is sand it down and then use filler primer. And once that dries, you can go ahead and paint it any color you'd like, and that'll keep it watertight. And it's not super hard to do. I've done it a couple times, but this is also a pretty big dryer sheet. As y'all can see, it's almost as big as the top of the toilet itself. I really don't know if it's gonna take this down. I'm not gonna turn the pressure up to help it any, so we'll just see how it does like this. Here is a flush. Looks like it tried to take it, but it kind of got stuck halfway down into the trapway. Let's give it a second flush and see what it does. Yeah, I kind of figured that what was going to happen. I'm gonna give it one last chance and let's just see what it'll try to do here. Yeah, it's just clogged now. It actually siphoned, so obviously I can't take down a dryer sheet. I'm sure if I cut it in half, it would probably work, but as y'all can tell, I mean, I don't even think most urinals probably couldn't even take this, so. And there is nothing stuck in the trapway. This is printed at a little bit higher quality than normal and at much slower speeds. So there's no stringing or anything obstructing the inside of the trapway. Now, actually, I wish I knew where my tripod was. It's right here. I'm gonna go ahead and get you all set up on my tripod, and I will be back with the next test. Alrighty, y'all, I am back, and for this next test, I got a little bit of dirt sitting in this cup. I don't know if I want to try this as a bowl rinse test or if I should just dump it down in there. Maybe I'll just see what I can do, but let me go ahead and put some of this dirt in the bowl like this, maybe some around the sides here. There's a little bit of rocks in there, so we'll kind of have to see what it does. There's a lot of dirt piled up at the front of the bowl, so this will be interesting to see how it does. Here's a flush. So for the most part, it actually took almost all of it, which I'm a little surprised by that because, you know, these are 3D printed, so there's very small layers or very, very thin layers that print down. And you would think all the dirt would get stuck in it, which it kind of did towards the front there, but that was also to be expected. Obviously, this is not porcelain or have a smooth, glossy finish, so it is expected to have dirt like this get stuck in there. But as you can see, if you just wipe it, like if I take this paper towel and just wipe it down, all that dirt will come out. So let's go ahead and just flush this down. For the next test, just for fun, I'll go ahead and just throw this receipt paper in there and see what it does. This stuff kind of sticks to porcelain toilets unless it has good bowl rinse, then they just stay on the side. So let's see what this does. They had absolutely zero struggle taking that down, which honestly I'm not surprised at all. Now for the second and final test, I'm just going to go ahead and flush 2 paper towels down. If it takes it without issue, then I might do a third paper towel in here, but I feel like it'll take it. It just might struggle a little bit, or it's going to hard clog. One of the two. I guess let's find out. Here's a flush. Wow, even on weaker pressure, it managed to take 2 full-size sheets of paper towel. So now, let's just try 3 and see how far we can go with this. I think 3 is gonna be its limit, but I guess we're gonna find out. Maybe it'd be kind of cool to see this thing overflow. Let that soak in there for a second. All right, I think it's gonna clog, but here is a flush. Yeah, just as I expected, it clogged, but just for fun, I'll go ahead and overflow it, and then I will siphon it at the end of the video. Let's see. Let's make it more interesting. I'm gonna turn the pressure up just a little bit on it. All right, let's see this 10-inch prototype Berlin overflow. I guess that was pretty cool. Let me see if I can unclog it now and get it to siphon. I'll bring you all a little bit closer to the front of the bowl here. So it took 3 paper towels with a little bit of help. Overall, for this scale of this miniature Berlin, I think it did really amazing. Again, I had printed out higher quality, so I didn't have to worry about anything being in the trapway, obstructing anything. As y'all can tell, it actually took 3 paper towels with a little bit of help. So now for the final flush, I'm just gonna do a way overpowered flush. I don't want to do it too much and have the spud lift up out of the toilet, but let's see how this does. Now that's a pretty cool flush. So yeah, I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, leave all comments down below. And as always, I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.